let me tell you about my favorite game of all time. The game I always look back to with fond memories, like meeting my first girlfriend. That's not a lie, by the way. The game I wasted my teenage years on where I should have been out. Tibia 7.6, baby. The 7.6 is important because Tibia today is now a fucking garbage. Don't watch this video and be like, oh, Tibia, I better check that game out. It sounded pretty cool the way you explained it. No, it's just like World of Warcraft. If you say you loved World of Warcraft, you're not talking about it today, you're talking about vanilla fucking WoW. Now, chances are you've heard of Tibia before, which basically means you're either Polish, Brazilian, or Swedish. Because those were the only people playing the game for some reason. But Pewds, I am Romanian and I heard about the game. Shut up! But Pewds, this game looks just like a RuneScape copy. Shut up! But Pewds, this game is not as good as World of Warcraft. Hey, listen here, you piece of shit. Tibia took balls of steel to play. Tibia made me a man. The great man I am today. WoW is for fucking pussies. I played WoW too and I really enjoyed it, by the way. But still, let me tell you why. If you die in a game, any game, what happens? You respawn? Oh, that's cute. You respawn? You take you a second? Oh, that's cute. If you die in Tibia, it's like dying in real life. It's like Matrix. Why am I so excited? If you die in Tibia, you lose days of fucking work. You're like, okay, I'm gonna spend all weekend to level up my character. Felix Tandborste means Felix Toothbrush. Great fucking name. I know. I spent all weekend leveling up. I literally spent 24 hours probably in total. And then all of a sudden, all that fucking work is just gone because some asshole came in out of nowhere while I was farming my fucking root worms. Anyone could kill you in this game at any point. No matter what level you are, there's no limit to Tibia. There's no max level limit. There's no skill level limit. There's no item limit. And let me tell you, there's no asshole limit. And, you know when you're a kid and you're just a fucking asshole? That was me in this game. So at least I had a safe space to practice my immoral deeds, you know? So please don't judge me for what I'm about to tell you, because it might change your view on me. I was so hated while playing Tibia. Felix Tandborste and many other characters. I was always hated. It was a thing. Like, my friends were always so shocked. Like, why are you always so hated by everyone? Like, even my friends were like, we can't be associated with you because you're a fucking moron and everyone hates you. So whenever I started doing YouTube, I was literally shocked that anyone liked what I was doing. That was such a new thing to me. Imagine me as a teenager, like I'm annoying enough as 27. Remember the Brazilians. Bless your soul. I'm sorry for what I'm about to say, but you're not very good at English. Some of you. Please, hey, I'm sorry, okay? It's just, that was the case. That is not my fucking fault. In this game, it's not like fucking WoW where you have to, oh, I'm gonna trade an item? Oh, I'll just send it over, blah, 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 done, okay? No, you'd have to meet up in person in the game. And it was a huge level map, okay? You'd have to go from one city to another. You'd be like, okay, all right, which city are you in? Oh, I'm in Thais. Oh, shit, well, I can't come right now. Okay, fine, I'll meet you there, all right? So you figured it out, and once you're next to each other, you would have to have the amount of money on you, and the other person would have the item. So I would tell this poor Brazilians, hey, meet me by the king in Thais. All right, that's a great spot. Not a lot of people is there. It's a good way to trade. But I want to trade in the deposit store like normal. Oh no. You want to go to the king. It's way better. It's way better to trade next to the king, babe. Come on. It's nice and cool. No one is there. It's a great spot to make a trade. A lot of people didn't know about was that if you swear in front of the king, you would lose all your health. It's so stupid, right? But that's the thing about Tibia, and it's fucking dumb. They would initiate the trade, right? But I would cancel it and be like, no. I'm a very formal man. Write down this, accept trade. And they would be like, I don't understand. Just write it out. Not privately, publicly. Accept trade. It's just the way I do business. And they'd be like, accept trade? And I'm like, oh, you're doing great, buddy. You're doing Excellent. You're almost there. Now just say... fuck. Fuck? The king in the game gets pissed off, sends his guard. He gets to 1 health. I come in with my little dagger, poke that bitch. Boop. He's dead. Easy job. Didn't even have to waste anything. And the best fucking part is that he brought all the gold for the trade, because you don't just lose a level. Oh no. You lose your fucking loot. And I haven't told you about the best part. The Brazilian incoherent rage babble. Why did you do this? Oh, why am I sound like such an asshole? It was so fun. It was just so funny to see all the private messages pop up like, you fucking dead? I'm gonna fucking kill you. You hear me? And you're already out of there. You're far away. It was the best of time. My character, Felix Toothbrush. I know, great fucking name. It was pretty high level, and I'll tell you why. We cheated the fuck out of the game. We were botting 24 hours a day. I know I've been an asshole before, but botting is like cheating, and cheating is bad, and you shouldn't do it. But we did it. Out of all things that I said before, botting was the best thing fucking ever. I want it back in my life. For those of you who don't know what botting is, it basically means you were running a cheat that would move your character kind of like in a circle and killing the same monsters over and over and over and over and loot all their shit. So basically, once you woken up, you see like your backpacks are just fucking filled with gold and it can't even fit anymore. And that was the best fucking thing ever. Waking up in the morning was like Christmas every fucking day. It was like fucking cocaine and I need that shit again. But of course, there was some things that happened. Some people didn't like that you botted because they would like approach you and be like, hey, and if you didn't respond, they would know that you were botting, because typically if they see that you're moving around for a long fucking time, it's pretty obvious. Well, don't you worry about it, because I had a script that would reply. If they wrote hi, I would be like, hi, sorry, very busy looting a lot, killing a lot of root worms over here, but thank you for saying hi. If they ask, hey, what's 2 + 2? I'd be like, 4, bye. But of course, sometimes they would figure it out anyway, all right? It wasn't flawless, but it worked. But I had an alarm, okay? So if someone would attack me and try and kill me, I had an alarm, all right? And let me tell you, the PTSD that I have from that alarm. So I obviously couldn't just have the alarm on full volume during a night, because I would wake up my parents. So I would sleep with my headphones, which surprisingly wasn't that bad. Like, I slept very nice knowing that my bot was doing all the work for me. But one night, the alarm went off and I would literally throw myself out of bed. Like, there was no hesitation. It was like, Timmy, I'm dying! Running to the fucking computer. And then you see that the alarm has been going on for a long fucking time, because all my health packs are gone. I've used up all of them. My bot would take care of that as well. And I saw the last health bar go away, and I would die. And there was no way I would sleep that night. Single tear. Never has anything affect. You know what? In real life as well, nothing has ever made me so upset as when I died by that bot. I'll never forget you, Lord Elderquist. You fucking bitch. So I would have a couple different characters, and whenever I got to a high level, I would get so fucking cocky and cunty that people would just start killing me. Literally, people from other servers would come over just to kill me. They wouldn't just kill me. They would take my corpse and they would drag it to the center of the town where everyone could see it. The humiliation. I'm not faking it. I'm legit sad. It was horrible. My friends saw it and they were like, oh, dude, we can't be friends anymore. I have so many great fucking stories from that game. So many great memories. Tibia was great because there was no restrictions. There's really no games like it out today. And even in World of Warcraft and any MMO or any game in general, they have no consequences. It doesn't really matter. The flaws of Tibia was its strongest bits because it was so exploitable, which made it so much fun. And I don't think I'll ever have an experience in a game like I had with Tibia 7.6. And I think everyone has a game from their childhood that they or teenage years that they really attach themselves to, and Tibia was definitely that game for me. I'm sure you had a game like that as well. If you did, let me know in the comments and why. Thank you for letting me talk about Tibia. It means a lot to me because it's a dear topic to my heart. Leave a like if you enjoyed listening, and I'll see you bros in the next video. Brofist.